It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. Welcome to the Highspots virtual gimmick table. I am the guru, Tommy Thomas, here with my very special guest. Special guest, who are you?
I am Buff Daddy Bagwell.
He is buff. He is the stuff. Little story before we get started with this interview. When I played high school football, I think I've told you this once before. When I played high school football, anytime I hit the quarterback, because I played defense, I'd always pop up and hit the pose
Did you really?
every time. Absolutely, absolutely.
You know what I can't believe never made it like mainstream was my dance. Was the strut. No, remember the boom.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think I heard one person say something that a race car driver won a race and did it. I never saw it.
Yeah.
That'll be a great end zone dance.
Yes, absolutely.
From an old time wrestler that's different, nobody's done before, but just the way I did it was so over exaggerated.
Yes.
Like it was like whoa, whoa, and I'd laugh and come up to that double bite. It was great. It was hilarious.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask you a few questions, but we're going to start off by saying I'm going to say a person, place, or thing, and you can talk for as long or as little as you want about said topic. So we'll start off with an easy one. The Atlanta drag strip.
Wow. Wow. The Atlanta drag strip. Well, as soon as you said that, I went back to 1978 or 79. My dad won the Southern Nationals at Atlanta Dragway. My dad, people that don't know, my dad is Steve Bagwell. He was an NHRA Hall of Famer, and he won the world. He won the world once and got second twice. I mean, got second before. So first and second, he's won. His team was considered the top of the line in super stock division. They were just incredible, really great, and it was a poor man's category, but my father was rich, so we showed up with chaparral trailers and the paint job on the enclosed trailers, and we had the golf carts. Keep in mind, guys, this is 50 years ago, guys, and this is 45 plus years ago. Golf carts were really cool back then. I mean, people get it.
They're still cool now.
That's what I'm saying. So think about it, brother. We had a golf cart with my father's name on the side riding around the pits of a super stock division drag race. My dad was a god. He was a racing god, and to drive around in my father's golf cart was wonderful. It made me feel so good to be part of that, and the way my father brought us up, and I was able to I remember being very happy that I could pay that feeling back. And how I paid it back was my father went broke. My mom and dad went broke in 1988 from a 17-year incredible income and wonderful life they gave me. And they went broke. I was able to pay him back and show him fun and money like he showed me with my wrestling career. And he was able to, still be somebody.
Yes.
Because of his son, Buff Bagwell. He carried a Capital One credit card, an action figure, in every car he was in, so he could get out and tell everybody who he was.
Wow.
And that made me feel really good because I couldn't wait to tell people that I was Steve Bagwell's son. So Atlanta Dragway, great memories, and wow, way to go.
The Fabulous Fabian.
Fabulous. Wow, brother, you really did go deep. Fabulous Fabian was my first ring character. That was, people that don't know, that was from a singer whose name was Fabian. And he wore his hair kind of up like I did. And a guy that I worked for, Joe Pedicino, my first boss, he owned North Georgia Wrestling, and he named me Fabian, the Fabulous Fabian. And so that was my very first character, and so many great memories, but Fabulous Fabian is how I started.
Now, do you know any songs by Fabian? Like, could you sing me just a single bar of a Fabian song?
I don't know a name of one. I've seen a picture of him. I've seen a picture of
Okay. Mike Graham.
Mike Graham, not a whole lot of great memories there. It started good and it goes south pretty quick. Mike is who helped me train, and he wasn't my trainer television wise. It looked like he was Buff Bagwell's trainer, but really he was just a word of wisdom. He was. I won my job by wrestling a dark match in an empty building at the Georgia Mountain Center in Gainesville, Georgia. And a few people like George South.
Mr. Number One. Oh my goodness. I love that man.
George South can tell you this story. George South tells this story incredible. But he watched me get my job with Dusty Rhodes at ringside and me and Mike Graham in the ring at the Georgia Mountain Center, and I earned my job in front of Dusty live.
Wow.
At 20 years old.
Wow.
And brother, that was young for being a wrestler. But Mike Graham is who I wrestled the match with to show Dusty I could do it.
We should have told George to stop by. He would have. He really would have.
Oh, he would have. I know he would have. We stay in touch with Dusty, and we're both, we're believers of Jesus Christ, and he's a really big believer. So I love George South.
Ron Perlman.
Wow.
I think you know that name.
It's familiar, but I don't know.
You have done several television appearances, including one on a 1990s hit WB TV show called Charmed.
Okay.
In which you performed with...
the big time actor.
Yes.
He's huge. The motorcycle one.
Yes.
He
was on Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Okay, yeah, great guy. I was one of his demons.
Yes.
On the dark side. I mean, on the Charmed episode. It was called Wrestling with Demons was the name of that episode.
Yes.
And I still get paid to this day over that.
Oh, wow, because they still air on TNT at least one, like...
When I hear somebody go, hey, I saw you on Charmed the other day, I expect any moment that $25 check to come in. That's what they pay me.
Day of the Warrior and LETHAL, Ladies Return to Savage Beach.
Wow. That's incredible. So that story is a guy named Andy Sedaris was a television producer that had 11 Emmys from race car driving video camera stuff. Like he was a race car guy that followed race cars. And he also did really cheesy, pretty good, but cheesy B films on for Showtime and almost soft porn type stuff. And they contacted me, WCW, and they asked WCW that they wanted Sting or Marcus Bagwell. And Sting,
two completely different characters, might I add.
But that was they didn't know. Andy didn't really know anything about Sting or Marcus Bagwell. I don't think they just saw who they would want from the film.
Okay.
So Sting goes, "I'm married, and no, I don't want to do it." Well, I was divorced and single, so of course I said yes. So I loved doing it. We had a blast. It was just a lot of fun to be in a movie with a starring role. Yes, it was a B film, but everybody starts with a B film in their career, and but it was awful fun to have be part of it, and I learned a lot. And I did 2 movies for Andy. Days of the Warrior, Day of the Warrior, and Return to Savage Beach.
Yes. Diamond Dallas Page.
Wow. Diamond Dallas Page. Man. So Diamond and me go way back to starting at WCW. I mean, we go back to, I remember Eric Bischoff and WCW was doing a 20% pay cut. This would have been probably 92 or 93. We wasn't doing very well. So Eric came up with getting a pay cut. And I just assumed the pay cut was for guys making, a big money.
Yes.
I was making $100,000 a year. And I thought, well, surely they don't mean me, So when I got in there, they did mean me.
Oh, wow.
But I had found out that Diamond Dallas Page was making $85,000. Well, I'm making $100,000, and I'm not sure how good your math is, but $100,000 and 20% means you're making $80,000.
Yes.
And I tried to fight for my money the best I could with Eric. And then I said, Eric, look, if you can look across this desk at me and tell me that Diamond Dallas Page is worth $5,000 more than me, I said, I'll sign your deal. And he goes, I can't do that. So here's what we're going to do. He goes, take the 80 on your payments. And at the end of the year, I'll cut you a 20% check. And he did so. And I thought at the end of the year, I was going to have $20,000 extra. At the end of the year, I was broke.
Oh, no.
And the 20 grand just helped me get called back up. So
wow.
100 grand is about the bare minimum. It's a lot of money, brother. It's a lot of money.
Especially in 93.
It's a lot of money, but still, it's about the best. It's about the you gotta realize we got to pay for rental cars. We had to pay for our hotels, food, all of that. So it's about the bare minimum of having a good career with WCW would be 100 grand is the bare minimum. So the 80 just put me a little bit under, then I was able to pay the bills back. But Dallas Page also, from that all the way to, helping me get my life straight with sobriety, was a huge part of my life, and just was a great friend and a great guy. When all my other friends kind of went away or didn't know what to do, it seemed like Dallas did know what to do, and that was to get sober, and I did, and I'm glad I was able to pay it back for him and show him that his hard work, did work, and so it's a good feeling to know that you got a friend like that. So Diamond Dallas Page, special friend.
Speaking of people that are close to you, Stacy.
Stacy. So Stacy Brown is my fiance. She is I've never dated a girl that I have explained her by saying she's the best person I've ever met. I just don't think I was ever that kind of person. And now that I am that kind of a person, it even means more. But Stacy she's a great human being. And so she just is a special woman. And I've been very lucky and fortunate enough to be part of her life. She has 3 wonderful daughters, and we have 12 grandchildren.
Wow.
So it's incredible, and I'm to be able to be part of all those babies and all those lives. It's really wonderful, and they all love me and really accept me, and we thought the leg was going to be a big deal, and they just love all over me anyway. It's very special. Stacy's a special person, and we have a very special relationship.
So what's the grandpa name for you? Are you like a pop, a granddaddy? Like
Believe it or not, man, I think it's going to come out Mr. March.
Mr. March?
Story. Because when they couldn't say Mr. Mark very clearly when they were younger, it was always Mr. March. Mr. March. So I think we're going to ease away from that, but we're trying to. She is G.
Okay.
So I want to be B.
Okay.
G and B, but I don't think it's taken. We're trying. We're trying. So there's no name yet.
QT Marshall and Billy Gunn.
Wow, QT Marshall and Billy Gunn. Neither one of these guys I was able to really get close with because of the way our lives came up. They were Billy was WWF, I was WCW, and so we never got a chance to hang out with each other. But he was great friends with guys that I was able to be friends with too. So we knew that we would have been friends. We just never were around each other to be friends. So that friendship of Billy Gunn is really just recent because we never were around each other until these signings.
Yeah.
So unbelievable guy, great guy, love him. We would have been best of friends in the day. He's right where I came from with packing his meals and training and tanning and shaving, and he's just done it bigger, better, and stronger than anybody's ever done it before, and he looks incredible. QT Marshall, same thing. I just never was around him enough. It was like a real friendship that just was not possible because we were never around each other. But both those guys, the utmost of respect for.
You have been a 5-time tag team champion with 4 different partners. And this is where the interview, I'm gonna ask you to throw a tiny bit of shade. In your opinion, who did you think you had the best chemistry with, and who did you think you had the worst chemistry with? You have Two Cold Scorpio, the Patriot, Scotty Riggs, and Shane Douglas. So who do you think you had the best chemistry with and the worst chemistry with?
I'm always very honest about everything, and there's really you're not gonna get what you want out of this, and you're not even gonna get what I want out of this, and that is difference. And I don't know why, except it just like, for example, Shane Douglas would be, I can't answer Shane because it was for a real short period of time.
Yes.
I mean, I think if we looked at the calendar, we were probably champs for a couple of weeks. Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
So there was no time to have chemistry. We wrestled way before, 10 years earlier, at WCW one time, and we had great chemistry, but there wasn't enough action there to see if there was chemistry or not.
Yes.
Too Cold, I was so young and so green that everything felt good, but he showed me things I didn't know I could do, and I learned a lot. Dale Wilkes, same thing. It was a different position. I was the guy that sold and gave the hot tag to the big man, and then with Riggs, I was the big man that got the hot tags, and so it was just much different situations. Like Norton, same thing with Norton, another great tag team.
Yes.
We weren't champs, but another tag team. I think I just learned a lot from all 4 of them, and there really wasn't one better than the other. Every time I'm asked this, I lean just a little bit toward Scotty Riggs because it was the closest thing. The American Males was the closest thing to buff that I was doing. And when I was buff, Bagwell was when I felt like it was me.
Yes.
I was buff. And when I was buff, the closest I came to buff Bagwell was American Males with the earrings and the chokers and the the cool outfits.
And the cool theme song, American Males.
American Males. So yeah, a lot of great stuff there, but all 5, 6 tag team people, including belts and not belts. I just learned something great from all of them,
Gotcha. See, that's the hardest hitting question I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
You share a birthday with singer Rod Stewart.
Really? I love Rod Stewart. I didn't know that.
I think you might have answered the question before I could even finish it.
I'm sorry.
Boxer George Foreman, race car driver Bobby Radhall, and singer Pat Benatar. Who's your favorite and why?
Wow. Okay, so the driver, I don't even know.
Okay.
What's his name?
Bobby Radhall.
Don't know his name. I don't even know him. Pat Benatar. I got a story for all of them. Pat Benatar, huge fan of hers. Her Hit Me With Your Best Shot, as a lot of young teenagers know, or young people know, it was cool a long time ago to write every word down to a song. Do you remember doing that ever?
I might be a little bit younger, but yeah.
I don't think you guys had to do it.
Yeah, because we had the internet.
AI and stuff, right?
All that.
Well, back before there was that, you would play a record on a record player.
Yes.
And write down the words. So I know every word to Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
Please.
I know.
Please, I'm begging you, please. Can you give us just a little sampling of it? You're a real tough
cookie with a long history.
Breaking
a little heart like you wanted me. Before I put another notch in your lipstick case, you better make sure you put me in my place. I mean, brother, as a guy liking a girl singer and writing it down, that's a big deal. But I loved Heart too. So Pat Benatar's special place, George Foreman. I was a Golden Glove state champion boxer.
Wow.
And I respected George Foreman because of knowing that boxing was a big deal and how he would stand up between rounds instead of sitting down.
Yes.
No other boxer ever did that. Love George Foreman. But I think Rod Stewart would be my favorite because of all the wonderful, great, phenomenal songs like Young Hearts Be Free Tonight. I love every one of his songs, man. I'm just incredible singer, incredible songs that I grew up on, and so Rod Stewart, my favorite.
Besides JD's barbecue, where's the best place in your opinion to get a bite to eat?
Is there JD's barbecue up here?
No, there's not one.
How do you know there's one where I live?
You're Buff Bagwell, man.
JD's barbecue is the best. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's a couple places in Atlanta, but we always go to JD's. It's the best.
What's the best place besides JD's to get a bite to eat?
There's a place in right off Whitlock Avenue. God, I can't remember the name of it though. I think it's Dan's. It's right off Whitlock, but there's really not many. There is too. There's Old South. And my picture's on the wall in Old South.
Wow. And this is in Marietta, correct?
Yeah, Marietta.
Okay.
Old South, and but JD's is the best, man, for sure.
Gotcha. Are there any social issues, charities, or causes you think the fans at home should learn a little bit more about?
God, I'm really weak in that department, and and I don't know why. But since you brought it to my attention, I'm going to look at that. I've never been around anybody that really knew much about what you just said, so I've never been an activist. But where my brain goes when you say that is, I tell people as often as I can I ask them about their faith. I want them to know that my faith is, I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. And, what do you think you're going to do in your life? So I try to witness to people about the Bible and about Jesus as much as I can to let them know that I feel like that in my life, Jesus has showed me, favoritism and really helped me because of me taking him and believing that he died on the cross in my soul and my heart. So that's where I go with it, is my faith. But I am going to look into that because I should be part of that. I do. Every time I get a chance to do something, like a guy with autism called me to do a podcast the other day. And I did, and he did a really good job, and he was very excited. So I always try to do things that are good, but I'm not part of one that should push forward. A good friend of mine has had his third heart replacement, heart transplant.
Wow.
Third. They're only good for 10 years.
Wow.
And he's on his third.
Jesus.
So he's a big supporter of the American Heart Association.
There you go.
And so, but again, I give money to that, but I'm not involved at any of them.
Because you've got your platform now, 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's right now.
Yes,
so
man.
Anything that you say will get the audience talking out
So
there.
I'm excited. I'm going to look into that and become part of that a little more often. I am.
I've got to ask the question that's on everyone's mind. Are you gonna get back in the ring again?
The answer is I don't know. The answer is I feel like that I would be able to get in the ring and wrestle another match, and I'm going to do that no matter what. At what level, I'm not sure. This is much tougher than I thought. I am learning to 100%. I am learning to walk again, and it's very difficult. It's the balance, the trust, the everything. It's just very different. It ain't just like, well, you put a leg on, you walk again. It's literally starting over with steps, with everything, with getting in cars, just the way the knee works. It's a very big deal. So I do think, from what I've seen on camera and videos with people running, I believe I'll be able to do it. But the problem with a knee, when you're above the knee, is a knee is it's magical.
Yes.
It's a very magical thing. And the short things, which is wrestling, the little stuff is where I'm not sure the knee can do that. Like me hitting the ropes, I think I'll be able to do that 100%. But like walking around in a circle and working an arm,
yes,
I'm not sure how that knee works with that yet.
Yes.
It's just going to take time to figure that out. But seeing a person run, now that I see what's going on, that's pretty easy. It's going to take some time, but I can see doing it. Doing little stuff and small areas quick, I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
But the time will tell. And keep checking my YouTube channel out, Marcus Buff Bagwell on YouTube, and I'll keep you updated for sure.
All right, but before I let you go, this is a question I ask all of my guests. You have a day to do whatever the hell Marcus Alexander Buff Bagwell wants to do. What's that perfect day like?
Wow, perfect day.
Perfect day. You've got it. It doesn't matter if it's traveling across the country. It doesn't matter what it is. Your perfect day. If you had a day to where a genie came up and was like, whatever you want to do today, you're doing it.
I mean, at 55 years old and where I'm at with my life, it would be go hit some golf balls at Top Golf with my entire family, like all of my grandbabies and Stacy and her children, just my whole family going to Top Golf. Would be a blast.
That's the perfect day for him. Buff, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And please plug everything you want to plug into that camera right there. Social media, YouTube, upcoming events, all of it. Give it your all.
You just answered every bit of it. You just did it all. Thank you. Marcus Buff Bagwell on YouTube, and everything else is Marcus Buff Bagwell. Check it out on my socials. But the best way to go to, believe it or not, is to go to marcusbuffbagwell.com. marcusbuffbagwell.com. By going there, you can. It's my store, and it shows all my platforms, and it's it's the starting button to get wherever you want to get to Marcus Bagwell. And my personal email account, and I answer all my emails myself, is marcusbuffbagwell@gmail.com. marcusbuffbagwell@gmail.com, and I answer all my emails, so you can stay in touch with me right there.
And we'll be back in just a minute with more VGT.